Hello, we are on page 97. We're working in 2.2 problem, what is it? 2.2 problem 4, page 97. We started it yesterday, but are working with our graphing calculator. All right. Okay. Quiet, please. Clear. Okay, yesterday we learned how to use a table. And the table gave us a whole bunch of x and y values, like a whole bunch at a time. If you know you're going to need different points along a graph, different points along a relationship, you can do the table. We started in that table by having a function in our y equals. If I could have your eyeballs up on the board. Guillermo, Chris B. I put away Chromebooks at this point. All right? Brody, take that pass and go see Christine, please. Okay? So we started with a function in y equals. We had to set up our table. It's similar to using windows. If we were doing a graph, we'd use this window button. For a table, we had to set it up using second table set and make a table that made sense. We then used second table and pushed that button that says graph, but you can see the blue table. Okay, and then we were able to scroll through. We also found the value feature, second calc. That allowed us to zero in on specific values. So the calc button right next to the table button, if we push enter, we were able to put in x's and get out y's. So all of this linear relationships, we have points along a line from one place to infinity. And sometimes they're close together. You might just want to calculate them. Sometimes they're far apart, so this table or this graph's going to help us out. So that was yesterday. Now, today we're going to do something new. Intersect. Right here, halfway down the page, dialog box that says intersect. I'm on 97, Christian. Tony, could you read for us, please? Now let's explore.
Now let's explore the intersect value of count. You can use this feature to determine an independent value when given a dependent value.
Suppose, Guillermo.
Suppose you know that George has control of 725.35 pounds. You can first write this as f of d equals 300 plus 0.62211 and y equals 725.35. Then graph each equation, calculate the intersection and determine the additional amount of U.S. currency that George is using.
Okay, so this function right here, f of d equals 300 plus, that's the function for those kids in exchanging money. The 300 is what they start with. This 0.622101 is the exchange rate if they're bringing extra dollars. If d, which represents dollars, Guillermo, is 0, then how much money do they have to spend? 300. But if they have any amount of money, they can plug the dollars in for D. That's going to be a little bit of something to add to the 300. So everybody's starting with 300. Some people are bringing more. Now, George has, they told us, 725. He has well more than 300. He has over double what
every kid was guaranteed. So he brought some dollars that he changed over to pounds. The question is if he has that many pounds, how many dollars must he have brought to add money to the starting 300? What's important to understand in this function, and I'm going to write it bigger right here, f of d equals 300 plus is d is dollars. Where's the pounds? We're converting back and forth between dollars and pounds. If I know dollars or want to find dollars, I'm working with the d. What's the part that, where's the pounds at?
725.
Well, we're given 725, but if I'm looking at the function, and I know this converts between dollars and pounds, what variable, what symbol represents the pounds?
Point.
That's the exchange rate. The function. This function right here is the pounds. This is saying that if I put in a certain amount of dollars and then add it to 300, that's my grand total of pounds. Okay? So they use this function f of d to represent pounds. I think when we wrote it, we might have put a p there to make it a little bit easier to remember how this relates to our problem. But the function gives you pounds for an answer. All right, so what they're giving you in this problem, this 725, is an answer. If we were going to solve, we'd put it over here. But they're going to show us a different way. They're looking at it in terms of two different kind of things, the function and the y equals. All right, so hold that in your head. Maybe I'm getting ahead of you. We'll look at the steps. You can use the intersect feature to determine an independent value when given a dependent value. Press y equals. Everybody, calculator on. Press y equals. A little smaller. Enter the two equations. Okay, one equation's already in my calculator. I don't know about you. The first equation is our conversion, f of d equals 300. Instead, we have y equals 300 plus 0.622101x. If you don't have that as your first function, go ahead and put it on in. But most of your calculators have been going back and forth math 1. You good? Yes? Is that what you have? Okay. Go down. Push the scroll arrow. That's these little up, down, sideways. Push down. So now the blinky cursor's at y2. We're going to enter the next function in y2, or next equation. What is the next equation? Look at your problem. Look at my problem. I got them in pink. What are we going to put in y2? Y equals 725.35. Where'd we get that? They told us it. That's the amount of money George has. Okay? So we've got two equations now in there. The first one is our money equation. The second one is our y2. One of you ladies should probably go around on the Christian side. He looks like you two both have calculators. Okay. All right. Press window. Everybody press window. Set the appropriate bounds so you can see the intersection of the two equations. Press graph. My window says x min 100. That's still probably good. X max 2,000. how much must he be bringing? We'll see if that's big enough. Okay, George is bringing a lot of money if he has that many pounds. We'll see if that's big enough. I still have a scale of 50. I like that. Y min is 300. That's good. But Y max, George is over that Y max. So I got to scroll down to that Y max equals 550. How much money does George have? Y is the pounds. How much money does George have?
725.
Okay, I'm not going to put that in here. I think I'm going to put 800, a nice round number. But it had to be big enough to have George's value. Okay, have values low enough to make sense and big enough to us to see the end extreme. All right, now we're going to press graph. Wait. Did I not press graph? There we go. I kind of see part of my graph. Okay, it's way over on one side. You know what? I have way... Okay, so I'm going to go back to my window. Let's see. I'm going to bring my Y max. Should I bring my Y max down? Maybe I'll make my scales by 100. Because I can't see two lines. I should be able to see two lines. Okay, Y max. X max. I'm going to make that smaller. Let's say, George, let's see how 1,000 does. Graph. There's one. I should see two lines. Do some of you have two lines?
I had like one up and then one going.
Okay, so Y equals, I did the two different lines in Y equals, window. Let's see. Oh, maybe I need a bigger Y max. Oh, maybe I didn't push enter because I still see, okay, 800, enter. Okay, graph. This will be better. There we go. See, I had a Y max too low. I didn't push enter, all right? There's our two lines. This one right here is our exchange rate function. This one right here shows George's money. Okay? Now, we're using the intersect method, so step 3 tells us what to do. Andy, could you read what it says in step 3?
Press second calc and then select 5.
Okay, hold on. Let's do that. Second is the blue button. Calc is above trace. We've used this yesterday for value, but this time we're going to scroll on down to 5 where it says intersect. Scroll on down to 5, press enter. Now continue, Andy.
The cursor should appear somewhere on one of the graphs. And at the bottom of the screen, you will see first curve. Press enter.
Okay, I see a cursor right here blinking, and I see first curve question mark. I'm going to push enter. What just happened? That now is a plus. That has marked that line as the first curve. Screens should be down on Chromebooks. Okay, and the blinky cursor has jumped up to the next line. Keep going, Andy.
You will see.
Nope. The cursor.
The cursor then move to somewhere on the graph, and you should see the second curve. Press enter.
Okay, so again, the cursor used to be down here. Now it's up there, and it's asking me, is that the second line? We're trying to find an intersection, so I'm going to push enter. Yep, it found my second line. And now you will see guess question mark. Does everybody have that? Nope?
Yes.
Did you press second curve enter?
No, mine wouldn't work when I hit graph the very first time.
Okay, well you need to catch yourself up. Here we go. Let's get you on the same page. Okay, so those look good. Again, what I had to do is
look at window, not second. Window, that's good. And then you got an X max of 2. X max needs to be like what you have.
I still think you were good.
I changed my scale to 100.
Yeah. Yeah. So you did it all ahead. You thought you broke it. You broke it. He's like, what did you do? It was already on it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
9. Whatever.
Bite your lip.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got an X. You got that's not supposed to have an didn't have an X. There you go. Now, work through those steps. Hey, does everybody have that on your graph?
No.
Yeah. I changed that down to 1,000 and changed this to 100. But that Y max, this is bigger, so let's put it at There you go. Work your way through this step 3. There you got step 3.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you're lost. I think you're ahead of the rest of it. Did you do all of these steps? Hey folks, some of you who are having trouble with the graph, a trick, if you have a graph and you can't see part of it, you know there's something there, push Zoom 9. Now Zoom is the middle button at the top of the screen, Zoom, and then just push 9. And it automatically adjusts your window to see the main things happening on your graph. So we've been trying to set our window and what makes sense, but we weren't getting there. Okay, so now, there's your graph. Let's see, second calc, 5.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, I just need to push enter until that cursor jumps right where they go. So you do have a complication of something weird going on with the screen. But if you push enter, the cursor went right there and it's telling you an X and a Y. Okay, hey, you guys have folks, excuse me. Mr. Craig and I are walking around, but you need to be getting to a spot where you have 2 graphs and the cursor's right in the middle. We're trying to find that intersection, all right? So you're talking to each other and asking us to get yourself there. So you're at this spot, second calc. 5 is the intersect feature. First curve, enter. Second curve, enter. Yes, enter. That's the answer. Okay. Anybody else? You guys got it? You guys got a blinky cursor, blinky cursor. Nice, nice.
Wooden pencil, genius.
I did that.
So, kid, you have to ask what it is.
You know, it's easier like #2.
Okay, this is good. It gives you the word intersection and it gives you an exclamation. Okay? So put 3 answers. Let's see what you got. You get the word. This isn't anywhere near what we're working on. What class do you guys in? Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I'm on black.
Join us. Okay, this is not the function you use there. Okay. Okay. All right. Most people are to this point where they've got 2 cursors, they push guess, and the blinky thing showed up in the middle. You also have an X and a Y down there. Take a look at that Y. Does that look like the money they said for George? 725.35? Yes? Okay. Take a look at the X. What does it say for the X? 683.73. That's the dollars. So that's the money George brought as spending money to add to his 300 pounds he started with. Flip the page. Let's see what they want us to do with that.